Welcome, everybody, to another Headless Magical Mailbag. I am joined by my co-host, Nick. Nick, tell them what you've been working on.
What I've been working on? I've been working on finding pictures for the show today. But besides that, I'm still working on the same shit. I'm about to just fucking lose it, man. I'm so tired of editing these same fucking shows. But yeah, hopefully by the end of the week, I'll be working on Valentinus to fucking change the pace. But yeah, still working on the Sacred Geometry shows because that was like a 3-part, really, kind of 3 parts. So it's a lot, but yeah, just that still, unfortunately. Let me see if we have any shows coming up that's interesting. Nothing tomorrow, believe it or not, unless you got an idea. I'm down for tomorrow night, but
those live Fridays are lit. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like I didn't even schedule anybody, and it's like fuck, like they do well. They normally are good. Saturday we do have. I found this interesting because we did have. I find it interesting in a few ways. I'm going to keep it real. I didn't realize these people were with maps, but we did have somebody on the show about Circuit 8, and they were with maps. Unfortunately, I'm just going to keep it real. The Occult Rejects has done an expose on maps. So what to say about that, kind of. That was like the whole Matthew North connection with Joe Rogan and all those people. But they're very big into using drugs with, spirituality. Saturday, I don't know if it was because Richard Ruach or maybe Colin Conkright listened to it, but they both want to come on Saturday and do anti-psychonaut, basically saying you don't need drugs to have a magical experience, and they're going to talk about that. So that should be interesting. And then fucking David James Smith, man, he 8:30 in the morning, Sunday morning, I'll be live with that fucking.
Well, what do you think about having?
Fuck's sakes, yo, I think he's going to be there. I'm like, fuck.
Nice. What do you think about having a discussion where we've got 2 different sides of the panel, where we've got the pro psychonaut position and then the anti,
that would be
interesting, right?
Yeah. I still even want to get someone like one of the guys that was on the show. I was like, I don't know, he wrote 15 books and very interesting dude and isn't stupid. I want to get him on. The funny thing is that he even said, I think I told you this, that day he had forgot that he had a show, so he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat some shrooms today. And then an hour or 2 later, that lady Rachel hit him up and she's like, oh, you still good for that show later? And he was like, oh shit. So he was tripping balls on the show, and I never would have guessed until he admitted it. And he even said, he's like, yo, out of all the interviews and all the podcasts he's done, he's like, I think he said he interviewed Alan Watts when he was younger. He's like, I didn't even trip out when I interviewed that guy. He's like, this is the first time I've ever done this shit on fucking tripping. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Nice. I mean, in some cases, it can be a performance enhancer. I mean,
sure. No, I know plenty of magicians who have microdosed shrooms or acid. I mean, it's not for me because I think I abused it too much when I was younger, unfortunately. Right. So, but I can see it possibly helping people in certain ways for sure.
The chemical threshold.
Yes.
Well, I have a little video about some of the more mysterious kind of cylinder seals that we've seen. I'd like to incorporate cylinder seals into more magical practices because that's what they were used for, Well, so yeah. This is
small grimoires.
Right. So let's take a look at this one real quick. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but there's a couple of mysterious ones in here that kind of have some interesting implications.
The ancient world has fascinated us for years. There are many artifacts that have been discovered, though, that have caused us to question what they depict. One interesting artifact that's said to show advanced technology is that of the Babylonian cylinder seal. Theorists have said this seal is proof of advanced weaponry. It's important to note that skeptics.
Come on. Look at that. I mean, you've got the mushroom cloud and the freaking bomb right there. That is just too much.
Scientists have said this isn't what it depicts. But amateur researchers have said we can learn a lot about the past by looking at ancient texts. Those who've seen the seals have said it looks like a nuclear bomb and an explosion. Some have used examples like this to prove that ancient humans had advanced technology. As with the majority of these findings, they're up for debate. Believers have said this seal is similar to the ones found in Egypt, that allegedly show Egyptians using advanced technology.
Now, I don't know whether or not they were using advanced technology, but I do believe that you could probably make the case that they might be remote viewing something in the future that would bring this up, because that looks even like radiation.
Imagine that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that was why, like, you ever see, like, when they got the helicopters and the planes and the submarines? They saw the shit remote viewing in the future.
Right.
That's so fucking simple, too. I never thought of that.
Right, because that's what they're actually trying to do, is they're trying to create prophecies for their people. And I mean, come on. Why wouldn't that be a thing? Well, let's go a few more minutes on this one. But the Babylonian cylinder seal is just, there's a lot of them out there, and it's crazy. So, man, it's mind-blowing.
One user said the following: going back thousands of years ago, the only way humans could detail the past was in writings. Perhaps we shouldn't take everything so literal, but this seal does look like a bomb going off. It doesn't mean that's what's happening here, but it does certainly make for an
One other interesting thing is this line right here coming straight down as if the bomb is dropping. And, you know, he's got this sort of kingly appearance, and it's like he's ordering the bomb to drop. And it's just, you know, I thought I'd bring it up because we're kind of doing a lot in Iran right now. And Iran is really close to Babylon.
You know, that is true. And you know, it's like, I guess, depending on what you're remote viewing, but let's just say all you saw was just an explosion and something like that. Again, even how that guy to the side looks like he's from maybe when they were around, it doesn't mean that you had to have seen who was in charge. You just saw the bomb drop. So you could even be depicting who you think they looked like then, because you didn't see a person technically. You're still drawing them the same way you look now, and because you've mixed that shit together, people just think it's then. You understand what I'm getting at? It's like, well, all I visioned was this explosion. I didn't see what the people were dressed in the fucking streets like.
Right. And, you know, it could just be the impression that they got about sort of who is ordering this to happen. Right.
Yeah.
So you've got the stars above him, which is like, you know, where it's dropping from. It's dropping from the heavens, you know, and then you've got all of the radiation and the directionality of it. And it's sort of like a king that's dropping a bomb and it's exploding. So, well, both of these arrows, right? So you've got one here and one there. That is,
what's that thing to the side? That other thing, it almost looks like a silo or some shit.
Or a tower or something.
Yeah. And then, like, those things coming off of it. Is that supposed to be, like, very weird, dude? This is a weird fucking seal.
Yeah, man. There's a lot in there. But, you know, again, you've got him walking on the broken land. And then, I don't know. But we've got one email, if we want to go over that before we get into it.
Hell yeah.
So this is from a guy named Dustin. So it says, it's my birthday, 3/03/03/1982, also the year I was born. And I've seen one of the devils face to face in this country. Been shot with a graphene dart at work in front of others. Have had bad injuries and poisons ever since. Had witnesses. Was stalked and abused while alone in my room from 1 to 4 years old as a little boy. Evil entities. Been abandoned and left to die. Have witnessed so many miracles and curses. Was just carved up by a surgeon and told he was going to move nerves. Instead, he cut bone out and had to open me up twice. I've lost liters of blood and now I'm crippled. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, fuck, sorry, dude.
I live in a horse trailer. I sued BlackRock for killing 249 people experimenting with Havoni and 18-day coma, and they gave my late wife in 2018. I had to file papers affidavit February 2nd, 2021 in 10 Federal Building. I typed my name in their one public computer and found a secret case against me that was October 2020. And when all this begun recently, the court clerk must have been Overwatch and realized who I was. At the opening of the case, she literally ran across the 4th floor office and froze me out of the computer. It was USA versus Littlefield Royal, and Sarah Minerva Musgrove is my great grandma who has a lot of inheritance, and the treasury she never knew about that I only have researched and learned besides the ones who are trying to cover it up amid the steal. My life is hell. Please pray for me. Her grandfather was Chief Dagoda of the Cherokee Nation, and my father, James F. Musgrove, both royal families in America in their own respect. Adopted because her father was shot as the first elected sheriff of the Cherokee Nation and going in Snake District, where Oglala is today, by an Osage Indian. He was with Millie Thompson, Chief John Dagoda Thompson's daughter. It was a tragedy amid she adopted Sarah off for 6 or 7 months later, so she had a family with parents who would love her. It was all over the newspapers in 1895, Oklahoma Cherokee Territory. Please pray for me. Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
But that sounds a lot like Oklahoma.
It's said in a wild story.
Yeah. But gang stalking, that seems to be a common theme that a lot of people who watch the show are having. But I do think there is something to psychotronic warfare. You know, if there is something to that, why wouldn't they experiment on Americans? What can we really do? You know, so if there is that going on, I don't know how to defend yourself, but there is the whole idea behind, using a Faraday cage to sort of block out ambient radiation from the outside, which is, covering your place with a lot of aluminum and wires. So
I used to use that Faraday cloth before I moved. I used to put it around a lot of stuff when I was podcasting.
Right. So
it's crazy, but this is fucking funny. But it was also because it just at the time, I'm going to keep it real. There was just some a little bit weird shit going on when I happened to get a little bit opinionated about tinfoil hat. And my paranoia even took me to the point where I was putting that Faraday cloth inside my hat, lining it inside my hat while I was wearing it. Because honestly, I didn't trust certain people at that time. I'm just going to keep it real.
Did it help? I mean, you could pretty much measure this stuff.
Nothing going on to begin with, but you know what I'm saying? It's all fucking mental.
You never know. I mean, if you're putting a Faraday cage around your head and you live near, power lines or anything else, it's going to block out a lot of that electromagnetic radiation. You probably will have less headaches and other things. But, we are just bathed in ambient radiation all the time. So you never know.
No, I do. I have even used my EMF meter, and there's times where around with all this equipment on it, you start getting spikes, or you'll get something. So,
right.
Yeah.
Dirty electricity, stuff is leaking out of sockets and stuff. So you never know. I think that's very unexplored, and the cellular industry doesn't want it explored. So sleeping with a cell phone next to your head is probably a really bad idea, even though I'm guilty of it.
No, I used to too. Now I actually put it in the other nightstand that nobody's using. Yeah. So yeah, it's on the other side of the bed or the other side of the couch when I pass out on it.
Right. And there could be some sacred geometry to this stuff too. So we're talking about frequencies that can interact with each other at given points in space. So there could be something to be used with, creating sort of sacred geometry using frequencies that is, not necessarily fully discovered yet. So in terms of exploring that would be interesting as well. If anybody's ever done that. I think I'm not really good because I don't have an oscilloscope, but if you've got an oscilloscope and you can test this stuff out, you could actually make some sacred geometry radiation waves that might be able to help or hinder based off of your magical work.
Yeah.
So what do you say we get into it?
Yeah, remote viewing. I'm the one with the pictures today. They're not going to be that easy. And some of them are going to be weird. So
all right.
Now you're going to have to focus for these people. All right. Yeah. Oh, let me see. Did you actually lift up I do have the envelopes. Am I actually supposed to put these things up and everything? I have the numbers.
Hold them up. Yeah. Hold them up. Show people off. Yeah. Just give them something that they can focus on and use a target.
All right. So for right now, I guess just to kind of get yourself into the space. All right. So we're kind of going to start hopefully relax And while we are, while you are trying to guess what is inside this envelope, the image, try to put yourself into like somewhat of a meditative state. So I'm going to try to hopefully read some stuff off now, just something short, not too long, just to, get us into the zone here. All right, so you're going to take a deep breath. You're going to breathe it in. You're going to let it go very slow. You're going to continue to do that. Tonight, wherever you are, I want you to give yourself permission to become still. Not forced, not strained, just still. Let your body settle on the chair, the couch, the floor, the bed, wherever you're listening from. Let your hands rest easy. Clench your jaw. Loosen your shoulders. Let the muscles around your eyes soften. Take another slow breath in through the nose. Hold it gently for a moment and exhale through the mouth. Again, keep breathing in and exhale. You do not need to chase thoughts away. You do not need to be perfectly blank. You do not need to perform. You're only observing, watching, and allowing. So now we're going to get into the first envelope. I will hold that up. Envelope 1. And focus. I'll give you some time. Remember to breathe. Focus. Write down whatever you see, whatever you feel. Don't try to force it. Just let it come. All right. Did you get something down there, Headless? Try to get an idea if that was enough time.
A little bit more.
Okay. All right. Focus on your breathing and staying relaxed and just let it come to you. All right. Think that's been long enough there, sir?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So I guess my opinion, I would say to try to really let go of that image you just had in your head. And kind of just, create a clean slate again. Maybe close your eyes. Start the breathing over again. I would suggest to breathe in through the nose and hold it for a moment and exhale through the mouth. Breathe in again over and over slowly. Find your natural rhythm. And again, do not need to change your thoughts away. You do not need to be perfectly blank. You don't need to perform. You're just observing, watching, and allowing visions, feelings, and thoughts flutter into your mind. And here is envelope 2. Okay. I think that was alrighty then. These are hard ones, so sorry. Not everybody's getting a trophy out this one.
It's all right.
No, it is. Yeah, it is. Me and him have even had other ideas already for future ones. I think are going to keep it interesting. So, again, let it all go. Maybe even try to think of something else, a good memory. Just try to forget about what you were thinking about before, and then try to forget about that. But yeah, even if you got to do shake it off, take some big breaths in and out, whatever. Try to let it all go. Let your body start to go still again. Let all the muscles go. Try to relax. You're sitting there, let yourself fall onto the couch. Just relax. And now start your breathings. And again, don't strain. Don't force it on yourself. Let the images, the feelings, colors, shapes, whatever. Just let them flow in. Stay relaxed and breathe. Let your mind's eye focus. Stay relaxed and breathe. All right. Look at this, sir.
Yeah.
2 more left. We're almost done. And there's one in every one of these. There's no blanks this time. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Fuck.
That's all right.
If you're like, I got a blank, this one's a blank. You're like, nope. All right. Yes. So now think of a blank card again, blank space. If you're into lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, you know what I'm talking about. Create a blank space. Wipe everything out. Start all over again. No influence from the last image. Shake your body off. Relax again. Make sure all your muscles are relaxed, especially the ones in your face, your jaw, your eyes. You're surprised how much we actually hold on to that still. Get relaxed. Even if you have to move around the couch to sit yourself, feel comfortable again. If you're sitting on the floor, you got to move your legs a little bit differently or however. Get comfortable. And start the breathing again. Start to relax. Close your eyes. And let the show begin. breathe and relax, and let the visions come to you. Just be there observing it. Make sure you write down everything you feel and see. All right, I think we're going to start wrapping it up. All right, we got one more, and then the fun. See a lot of people guessing already in the chat. It's kind of funny. Very interesting.
Write it down, guys. We want to see what you got, but only once we go through them. So this is number 5. Target number 5.
Oh, wait, so this is interesting, and I did see somebody in here. Am I supposed to be picturing what's in my in the thing too and sending that out or no? I wasn't doing it. So. I did think of I did wonder about that in the future. Is that a thing we could do? Is even us focus on the image and see if you. But no, I am not trying to really help you out in that sense. This is like Ghostbusters, that movie. Guess what was behind the card? No.
Right. Well, it could be retro causality too. So you could be channeling what we're about to say in the future as we're showing you the.
Technically, if they get it right, aren't they kind of making that cylinder seal now? I haven't revealed it yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're funny, dude. Here's a method to your method.
Well, what if consciousness is without time and space, and we just?
I think you're right. I do think you're right. I do think it is beyond time and space. That was very well said. All right, everybody, you had a couple good laughs. Let it out. Again, get comfortable again. If you're sitting on the couch, make sure you're nice and cozy. You're sitting in a chair, make sure you're cozy. Fix yourself if you're laying on the floor or sitting on the floor. Let your body relax. It's the last one. We're almost done. Let those muscles in your face and around your body start to relax. Start breathing in and out. This is the last one, envelope 5. Let the visions flow into you. Don't force it.
Right.
All right. You ready for this? Everybody ready? You put your pens down. Give yourself a pat on the back for going through all that. All right, I'm going to pull up the first one. This is
all right.
I think some people will be like, yo, you really use this shit? No, I don't know. Wasn't making it easy.
I can go through some of my impressions before we see it.
Yeah, let me know about the first one first.
All right. So the first impression I got was white brick, black numbers.
That's really weird, but wow. Okay.
Okay.
That's impressive, actually. Fuck. A little bit.
So these are just some of the other impressions that I got, which would be left, green, leaves, square, red door, gray, and rectangle.
Damn, you might have actually done better than I expected, but just you'll see as we go through them. I don't know which ones you guessed, but that is actually pretty fucking interesting. All right, so here's the first one. You have to pull it up, Headless.
Oh,
yeah, this is your StreamYard.
Ooh.
So I mean, yeah, it's kind of white. I don't know about brick technically, but there is there's a whole lot of white going on in there. I just thought that was weird.
And that was the first thing. Is just this, because I was thinking about it sort of like an impressionistic painting, right? So this is more like, so I see the segmentation and it kind of reminds me of brick a little bit, so it was like the segmentation, right? And I got the impression of a red door, but there's no red in it, but there is a door and it was rectangle.
Oh, I thought the red door was for a different one because that was interesting that you said that.
It could be as well. I mean, so yeah, and rectangle and also a square, but I don't see any square. So there could be some impressions that were off, but it's interesting about the brick. Like if you squint your eyes, you kind of get a brick like
yeah, that's what I was saying. I just thought it was interesting. And plus it's all white. I mean, that was impressive.
We got some impressions in here. I had a school. So this is
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a Dewari temple. All right. On to the next one, people. Here we are for number 2.
All right. Ready? Oh, okay. So I had, as my first impression, it was lava rock black. Lava rock could be, but it was more like a lumpy black rock, which I don't know. Is there any lumpy black rock around there? But I got yellow stairs, which is not here at all. Blue, green, purple, pen, and foot. So this one's way off. But you can see the difference, right? So on the last one, it was white brick, which is more similar, but this one is like absolutely nothing. So I got to recalibrate and figure out that first sort of impulse or feeling I was getting connecting to that so that I can better, connect to images more clearly. But this one is like 0 hits on my side.
Nice. All right. So that was number 2, people. If you mix 1 and 2 together, he was accurate. that's funny. All right, here we go.
White tree,
Maybe. Number 3.
Ooh, all right. So here's what I had. I said left side density because it felt lopsided to me.
Well, I mean, if you put the pole on the right side, it isn't. Yeah,
the pole is sort of supporting the right side there, and then I got railing, right, and then creed, orange, fish, and mouse.
Ooh.
But you see that little orange tag right there in the middle.
It's like one of those things you go fishing with.
Right. But I don't see any.
I saw that 33 on. He was like, I gotta take a picture of that.
33. Yeah, I wasn't looking for numbers when I was doing it, but that's also another thing to keep in mind is like any numbers or letters.
So it gave me the idea to take this because every time this actually is inside my complex. Every time I walk to the gym at the other end, I cross paths and I always see that and I always just think it's funny, like 33. And I was like, fuck it, I'll take a picture of that. Yeah. All right, so that was number 3. Here's number 4.
All right.
And I got that. If anybody's wondering, I got that coaster from Charlie's that Charlie's event I went to.
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
No. Oh, there we go. Now it's up. Ooh, okay. So this one is half arrow, right? So if you split an arrow in half, that's what I got. And it was sort of facing to the left, right? And then I got negative space, neon, and then sort of a backwards L shape. And then it had movement of right to left. So I'm not seeing any of that. I mean, there might be some sort of directionality to the Solomonic pentacles because it's kind of going this way. But the half L is sort of like a corner of a book, just going the opposite way. But anyways, the movement I got was from right to left. If there was any movement happening, which it's not really going on there. So I would say that that's another bust.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to. Yeah, I did try to make this a little bit hard, actually. Believe it or not. I put like this. I thought with like multiple things in there, it might have actually made it harder to make it more specific. All right, last one. Last one, kind of a basic, simple one. Bam.
That's kind of rubber banding. Oh,
my fucking shower curtain.
Interesting. So the first one.
I'm such an occultist. Everything in my bathroom was black and white because of all the water. I'm like the abyss. Yep. So the shower curtain's black and white. The carpet's black. Fucking shot, dude.
My first one was figure, right? Because I got sort of like a figure drawing feel to it, like kind of that's black and white, and then under a tree. And so if you're taking that impression, I kind of see a tree in there, but
Oh yeah, no, I can see the tree in there for sure. There's somebody wrote I got a pitchfork and circle at bottom and line through center.
Road sigil.
Molecules. Metal
boat shower curtain. Okay. So yeah, you got to write your impressions before we go over them. I think that's the key too, is so that we could just sort of confirm or deny before we put it out there. I got check mark space tire, right? Way off. Top right to bottom left. Is that the way that you pull it? Is like from this way?
No, I start from the left with my right hand and pull it open. Yeah. The shower curtain, the shower head's to the left.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's
I don't know if people get in from the back end or the front end, but that's how I get in.
And then I had roots and scaffold. So I think probably the closest I got was number one.
Well, so I do think somebody say it. I think tree is a hit. I mean, that's pretty close. I mean, to me, it looks like the shape of a Christmas tree, just not in my house.
Right. But I specifically said under tree. So I was seeing sort of like the canopy under the tree.
Gotcha. All right. At least being honest.
Right. Well, I think that it's important because, the hits are important to really nail down. So I think what it is there's diminishing returns for me based upon how many more I'm doing. Right. So maybe understanding that would give me a better impression, the first impression. But that's also something to keep in mind because how you can clear your mind or have the space would be something interesting too. Do you want to see how AI does?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's see if
I can close this out now, right?
Well, let's go back to the first one and let's see if it can hit that target. All right. Tell me if you can hear this. GPT, resume session 2, target number 1. Total bust. All right. Nothing. So let's go with target number 2.
Is Is it actually guessing stuff?
Create sensory narrative from imagination. There is a little bit of tree there. That's pretty close. So let's go with target number 3.
Oh, I can't hear it saying anything. What is it saying?
Maybe. Target number 4. Target number 5.
Was that thing speaking to you? Because I can't hear it. I have no idea what the answers are.
Okay, so thank you, ChatGPT. So I put in target number 4, neon darkness. So it's I could be picking up on the GPT, which is funny. Because there you go with target. But again, like it was just stuck on sort of the cityscape narratives and stuff like that, and you know, just general, I guess, ambient background noise. It doesn't seem very specific, but that is a good control group, right? The closest thing it got was target number 2, which is with the forest. So
somebody was saying in the chat that they're in some remote viewing group, and they said they probably would have considered those other things hits of yours. It's interesting. The tree and the door and the white brick would have been considered hits. That's interesting. But
all right,
yeah,
well, those would be like you know, I'm still in the 20 percentile of hits, so that's still not bad if you think about it. Just takes more practice.
I definitely think it was fun though. Yeah, I mean, I do even understand. I think some of the ones I picked were a little bit harder. Just a lot of shit going on. It could have been multiple things. I even thought like the one with the stuff on the table might have made it easier because it's like someone could have saw a book or somebody could have seen a remote control, the fucking, you know, the coaster. So who knows?
Right. Right. You know, focusing on objects is something that you could also sort of like having a script for the relaxation where you're actually activating each one of the senses as you go through it. So then when you're holding up the thing, it's like, you know, the sensory data is already primed. Like some people might be eye dependent or ear dependent or whatever. So if you got that script where you can, you know, activate each one of their senses and see what you're getting from it.
That is true too. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, well, that was fun. Do it again next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a great episode. Thank you guys for joining us, and join us again tomorrow if we do another Friday night adventure. So.
Yeah, I'm down with it. So check it out. Keep an eye out to see if we post lives up for tomorrow.
All right. So thank you everybody for coming, and we will see you again next time. Later.